Well, hello everybody, welcome to Robert's Train Set. And yeah, problems. For the first time ever, a video that I thought was finished, that I'd uploaded to YouTube, ready to be made public to you, I've actually scrubbed it. And as you saw in the thumbnail, basically my brain. So a little explanation. It is on ACCURASCALE's Class 50, and I didn't have a Class 50 at all, so I thought I would like to get one. So I got this, which hopefully you can see, but you'll see it later on. And this was the last one that was available with sound from ACCURASCALE's site on the initial release, I would say. So I bought it, and it's not, you know, it's one of the old ones really. Before the tops numbers came in or anything like that. So it's as plain as you can get. So fine, it came quickly. Free postage, and I tried it and it ran lovely. But I tried it down here in the conservatory, and as you can imagine, it's fairly bright in here unless you do it at night. So really it was difficult to see all the lights. I mean, I could see the head code came on, and the cab lights came on and so forth, but I couldn't see some of the others that I thought would be there. So I didn't think too much of it, did me blurb, and you will see some of this because what I've done is I've cannibalised the first one to make this second one, but this is a lot longer, primarily because I've got another one as well. So we'll start off with the normal things you would see, so the picture of the box on the sofa and so forth and so forth, little bit of unboxing but not a lot because there's been a lot of these. And then go into this and show whether it runs and over the points and okay. So do that, and then straight on from that, I'll do this one. And I bought this because obviously this is a refurbished, and you know, it'll have a headlight and all that, which is what I got confused about with the brain with this first one. So hopefully in the video I can explain why I did what I did, and where we are now really, I suppose. And then right at the very end I'll do a bit more on the A4's, which was on the original one that I scrubbed, but yes, I've just sort of taken that off and put it on the end of this. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So let's get into the video, shall we? Just finally, I would like to actually thank all the new subscribers I've had. I've had quite a few actually, I'm really surprising really. So thank you very much for all joining, and hope you stay with me. Cheers. So here was the first one been delivered, and a little video on it. So I just want to show you something with this before I unwrap it. I don't know if you can hear that, but this parcel inside is completely loose. It's just following me around. So I'm hoping that what's inside is still in one bit. And what was inside was this one here, as you can see. And then I had another one, quite a long while after the first package came, and ordered separately. And this one, yes, it rattled a little bit inside, but that was a bit more worrying. And inside this one was this war spike, which came available after everything sort of went, as it sometimes does. Now this was interesting. On the packaging of the first one it was this whiting, and on the new one it's got the refurbished in. So they do change the outer packaging as well. And this was the first one's packaging, inadequate. Second one, a lot better, but still rattled about a little bit. And this was the second one. Looked like that was done rather quickly, didn't it? And they both had these cardboard ends on, which obviously does give some protection. They both obviously had their accessory packs. Really good, aren't they? There's so much in them compared to what you get with others sometimes. They also, this had a nameplate, but it was only named after Top's numbers came in. Obviously the Warspite was a numbered loco as I've got it. So one of the attractions to this old loco is it hasn't got all these plugs on that can be broken off and loose and whatever. And this one was, as you can see, perfect. But the second one, which has all the plugs, that was fine. Both ends was great. And I've actually filmed them as before I even lifted them out of the packaging there, you can see. But the first one did have a fault. It had a bit of paint missing on the axle ends there, as you can see. So let's have a look at D423 with its initial run and over the points. Neither of these locos have had any running in or anything, so have a look. So as you can see, running absolutely superbly. This is literally straight out the box, and that was as slow as I could get it on my Hornby E-Link system. I suspect it'll be better on upstairs in the loft. So because of the light problem, I thought I'd get another one as they were available. So here she is. And yes, a lot more colour on this, isn't there? But yeah, out the box, perfect. So let's see how she runs. So again, run perfectly. I did notice with both these locos, they do sound a little bit noisier when they run. It's, you know, I don't know, it's obviously motor noise or gearbox noise. Perhaps they'll quieten down when I do finally get to run them in. So as you've seen, both of these locos did this points test with absolutely no problems whatsoever. Exactly what you want out the box, isn't it? So what we're going to do next is really where my brain didn't really work. I mean, we all have a certain amount of knowledge on our trains, don't we? Some with a lot more than others, and I'm one of the others that doesn't have an awful lot. So when I did finally get these up in, or rather the first loco, the D423 up in the loft, and tried the lights, and I'll see if I can do a better at explaining as I show you the film that I took. So this was the lights. Now it's marked on ACCURASCALE's card with the functions on as marker lights, but all that came on, as you can see, is the head code. So just to make sure what was on, yes, I turned the lights off, and yes, it was just the head code. The cab lights came on okay. But then I tried the engine lights, and as you can see they're on, but they're very dim. So again, turn the light off, and yes, you can see them. And then change direction.
Change direction.
And if you notice, there is a single red light at the back here, which you can turn off, as you can see. And turn it on again. And then turn the other one on again, which again is switchable on different function numbers. So yeah, I was not sure about this at all.
So normal start, and let's give her a run around the tracks a bit, and I'll also show you no problems running over my track, over the points or whatever. Hope you enjoy it. Here we are, all in the dark, nearly. So let's turn them on individually. So first of all, the Hornby, or rather the back one with the Hornby TTS decoder in it. So let's turn the lights on. There we are. You would see that coming. And if we reverse it, a good set of lights. And so now let's go to the ACCURASCALE Class 37 and put the marker lights on as they're marked. It's a headlight. And there are a couple of marker lights at the bottom if you can see them. And if we change direction, headlight out, and one offside red light to the rear. Okay, let's go back to the front again. Now interestingly, I haven't really tried these, and there is a headlight off, so I'm now pushing the headlight off. That doesn't seem to work. I'll have to get the instructions out and have a read. So I think with this one, because the basics worked, I didn't really go into it. So let's now go to the Class 50's. Now these are both on the same number, so when I do one, the other will follow. So I'm turning the marker lights on, and this is what we get. So we get the head code on the D locomotive, the old one, and on the new one, the refurbished, we get the two lights at the top where the head code used to be and the headlight. And there is a headlight off, which works on this one. So without the headlight on, all we get are the two little lights at the top. And obviously the other one goes off at the same time. And then if we change direction,
we get a single tail light, and I'm sure you can have both tail lights if
so
you
what
want
was
them.
my problem up in the air? This is the function card that you get with all these sound fitted locos, and it's double-sided, and in these particular cases they go up, there's actually 25 functions, although the car goes up to 31, and it does tell you what each one does. I'll just hold it a little bit close if I can get it up there. You might be able to read that. And the other side is there. Also, at the bottom, I think this probably confused me a bit. If you can see that, it sort of says white marker lights. So, yeah. So my brain was telling me surely they would have had a bit more light showing to the front and to the rear for that matter than I was getting on the model. And this is the 423. So I felt there was a fault, and obviously if you feel that you need to sort it out. So I did go through to ACCURASCALE, and I had Simon who took my case up and was probably tearing his hair out every time I sent him an email. I mean, looking back, and I thought I'd done quite a few, but there's only sort of 3 or 4, I think. So initially it was on the first loco I got, and I asked the question, you know, what really should we be, what should we be seeing? So he explained what I should see, and that's what I was seeing, and yes, he explained that. And by the time we got the answers, and they were quite quick, I mean, you know, 2 or 3 days to get the answer back, which is pretty good. I'd already got the second loco, so again, I was saying about the, you know, I was getting the headlight and the 2 marker lights. And yes, he said that's what you get. And at the back, you know, you get thing. But everything on these is switchable. And I think as we saw with the Bachmann with the TTS decoder in, you know, everything you've got comes on. So I think this drive towards absolute correctness. I mean, it's good. I mean, Peter Dixon, you know, he started all this with illuminated models doing bits to make the Bachmann 66s right, which they weren't. So I think he's the instigator of this. But us people that don't quite know what we're supposed to be getting, and I'm one of them, you think you've got a problem. You know, you think it's weird, isn't it? You know, and in this one I've got 137 and a 50, haven't I, or two 50s. So the 50s came after the 37, but the 37 has two marker lights at the front and a headlight if you want it. And I just felt it was a bit weird that these didn't, being a later model. So yeah, so that's my brain, you know, it just scrambled it and made me think. And as I say, I bought the second one, A, because it was available, and B, you know, I wanted a more modern one. So yeah, I'm happy. And hopefully you can understand, you know, why I had to get rid of the first one, because I was instead of the marker lights, which they are, I was thinking the two little lights on the original loco would be the headlights, which yeah, silly, I know, but you know, that's how the brain works at this particular time. Anyway, let's now see them, both the 50s and the 37 ACCURASCALE loco running on the layout, okay? And then at the end, the A4's. Cheers.
So that's the Class 50 may have to go back. So while I was up here, I would have a go at the A4's again. So I ran them round and I sort of fiddled around with them. Do it at 10 miles an hour. Yes, but the bogey at the back has come up again. So in a comment that I got, somebody suggested taking that back bogey off. So I took the wheels out, not the actual bogey off, and let's have a go. So I ran around a couple of flats. You don't want to reverse her with no wheel in, it hits. But she seemed a lot happier, I must admit. I don't know what you think. And so I thought it was worth taking her over the points a bit quicker than I normally do. 50 miles an hour. So a lot faster than I normally do this, and she did it really well. But obviously can't run her without the back wheels. So I just tried and adjusted them. We'll have to see how we go.
£40 miles an hour.
So she seems to run a lot better than the Union of South Africa, that's all I can say. Yes, I have adjusted tracks, and they're not all at the right amount. You know, some are smaller, some are bigger, which is weird. In a minute I'll show you something that happens as she goes over that between the inside track and the middle track. But she's done well, so they're perfectly adequate for being used in iTrains, and as you can see we're running around quite happily here, and yeah, I'm happy, to be honest. So let's have a look at what I noticed. So as she comes over this point, yeah, she does that, and I think it's because she's binding up. It's almost too tight for this bit of track, I don't know. Have a look at that a bit slower, shall we? As you can see, it lifts up quite a bit, but doesn't derail. So, yeah, really strange. Now let's go back to the Union of South Africa, and this is her running without the bogey wheels in at the back. And as you can see, this is at 70 miles an hour, not a problem. So there is a binding up problem, I think, with these. Well, on my layout anyway. As somebody pointed out to me, it's not the best track. But the 50 deals with it, and a lot of the others deal with it. So yeah, little bit of disappointment, but I'm happier now, a lot happier, and I am still glad that I've kept them. So let's see what happens with the Class 50, shall we? So I hope you've enjoyed this video, more to come. And I've not finished with new locos yet, but another new one coming when it's delivered into the country.